Awesome. Hi, everyone. Hi, everybody. Welcome to week 4. Hope everyone is doing all right. Hope everything is okay on your side. So today we are going to talk about quality assurance tools. As you all know, I'm sure you've heard of quality assurance. So what is quality assurance? It's a process by which OpenStreetMap contributors, that is us, that check the data to ensure that all the information uploaded to OSM meets high standard for usage and to prevent vandalism. Yeah. You all know OSM is an open source platform. Anyone can edit. So it is very critical to ensure the sustainability of open source data. And since OSM has all the standards, you all know that the standards on which the data is supposed to be added. And so OSM is edited by everyone. I just mentioned it all. So it's our responsibility as a whole that we ensure that the quality assurance and quality control processes are carried out. So today we are going to talk about, these are the objectives for the session. We are going to learn how to use KeepRight. We're also going to learn how to use OSMose and OSM Inspector. Just a brief description about these tools. One thing I may say, these tools work more so the same, just that they work differently on different data quality issues, as you'll see as we move on. KeepRight will attribute on completeness. OSMose rather, it's tagging and geometry issues. And then OSM Inspector is also about taggings, as you'll see, as well as other different data quality aspects. So what is KeepRight? KeepRight is a quality assurance tool that shows a large number of automated detected potential errors on the map. And it also lists a system of false positives and labeling of bugs. So what are false positives? False positive is something that has accidentally been selected as as a data quality issue, yet it is not. I'll illustrate that when I get to the demo. Then these are some of the data quality issues, errors that it queries. So it queries non-closed ways. For instance, if it's a land cover that is not complete, they're like hanging. And then dead-ended ways and almost junction, these are hanging roads. Deprecated tags and missing tags. You all know what deprecated tags is. Just a recap, these are tags that OSM does not know them or no longer knows them, or they do not exist as tags in OSM. So it also queries bridges and tunnels without layers, untagged railway crossings. I hope we get that. And I can be able to illustrate how to fix that. And then wrongly used railway crossing tag. Yeah. So KeepRight queries data according to continent. As you can see there is Africa, Europe, USA, Canada, etc. According to the different regions. Yeah, this is how the interface is. I don't know if I can increase this. See, okay, can't. So I'll just illustrate that when I go to the demo. So we have the select session, which is one. It's like the map interface, if I may say. Then we have an area, like you can see here, area 1, where there are different queries or different data quality issues. And then under it, you can enlarge that you can be more specific on the data on the data quality issue. Again, that's the interface. Yeah. So another thing that's quite important is once you've selected an error, something like this pops out, and then you'll be able to see the node numbers, which is 1. And then further description of the node, you see it here. Maybe if it's untagged way, it will say this way is untagged. For instance, for this case, it's saying this node is very close but not connected to the way. So like a more detailed description of the error up there. And then you'll be able to see, just a minute, let me come. Okay, so and then you'll see the different errors. Temporary, let me just give me a minute. Okay. All right, hope you can hear me. All right, so, okay. All right, so then here down, there's an interface where you can unselect and select everything at once. So maybe let me just go directly to the demo. So we'll just paste this link in the chat. Let's see. Okay. Awesome. So like I mentioned, there are different regions where we query data. So for me, I will prefer to use Africa. And then this is how it looks like. It's coming up. Okay. So this is the interface. As you can see, this is the interface. Let me just get another area, another place, and then we continue with the session. Yeah. Thank you for that. Okay, so I'm just going to do a brief. These are the different errors right here, as you can see. Here, if you want to select everything once again, if you want to deselect everything, you just click here down at the bottom, none, and it will deselect things. And then if you want to select everything, you click on all, and it select for you everything. And as you can see, if you want to minimize these errors, you can just click on them. So this plus just implies that this error that you're seeing here is further divided, and you can query different errors specifically. Yeah. So if I click on overlapping ways here, you will see highway crossings, highway, waterway crossings. So if I want a specific query on highway crossing, I'll just deselect the rest and click on exactly this. Maybe the first thing I may need to do is none. Then I come to overlapping ways, and then I click on, I want highway, waterway crossing. So when I click here and I zoom in to the area that I want, I'll be able to see such queries specifically. Yeah. Yes, so this is the interface. I'm just going to say all so that I can get a number of queries to use. So how do you query for errors? You just pan through the map. Use your mouse to zoom in and zoom out. Relatively, you can use this side to like move the way you want. You can reduce the size, like zoom out like this. Then you can zoom in like that. Relatively, just use your mouse, okay? So I'm going to click on, and then the errors are in different colors. Yeah. For instance, non-closed ways are green, as you can see. I think there's this light. There are two different greens. let's see. So you can just use this side to just keep moving. You zoom in and you keep panning until you get where you want. I'll just use here to illustrate actually. Okay. Just a minute. Yeah. All right. Okay. So I'm going to click here. I've clicked on one of the blues and it's telling me, as you can see this number here, this is the number of the node that is entered into OSM. It's like a change set comment number, if I may say. And then here it further describes the error. So it's saying the node is not close, but it's near. It's near. The node is not. The node is very close, but not connected to away. Then it gives me the number. Yeah. And then right here we have the edit. So the edit tools that we are supposed to be using. We have JOSM and ID, the ones that we are familiar with. So for us, we shall be using JOSM to fix these errors. Yeah. Then in the middle here is the status. Yeah. So if you selected, you've opened an error, it says keep this error open. What does it mean? It means you have not worked on it. Yeah. Then if you say ignore temporarily, error corrected. Yeah. And then when you say ignore, it's a false positive. It just implies that you have selected that error, but it's actually not an error. So once you have fixed whatever you fixed, you are supposed to save to help you know your status, the status of the error. Yeah. So when you move further down, you'll be able to see the person that last edited. Yeah. The name of the OSM username right here. And you can click on it and give them feedback just in case you want to. You'll be able to see their edits and you can send them a message. Or you can also be able to judge who is the person causing an error. Are they like an advanced mapper? Are they beginner? Are they a local mapper? All that we always use to judge when you're fixing errors. So yeah, so if you want to go and fix, so for instance, this one, I would go ahead and say, use my JOSM, and your JOSM will blink. And it will highlight the errors. You can see it's red. Then I'll zoom in and see what to do with the road. They're saying it is hanging, yet it is next to a road. So you zoom in, I'll just zoom in and see what's up with it. To select it, I cannot see it hanging, it is attached here. Probably someone else fixed it and they did not correct they did not mark it as done. Yeah. Yeah, so maybe another thing you can do if you want to check which imagery they used, you can just check the history of the object and see what exact imagery did they use. Yeah, they used a local survey as the source of the. Okay, so it's a local survey thing. So you see it even has like additional info on it. So let's try another imagery and see how it aligns. Okay. All right, so it looks like there's no problem with it. It's a residential road, is it? No. Yes, it's a residential road. Yeah, so there's no problem with this. I'll go back to my, and I say false, ignore, it is a false positive. Then I say mark it. So once I mark it, it will actually change here. Let me see if I can get it. See? It marks it. So for instance, if you are planning to work on tasks.
Becky, we only see JOSM. Yeah, now we can see.
Okay, now you can see, right?
Yes.
Awesome. I think there was just a lag. Yeah. So I mentioned that once you fix something, it will show you, it will change, to bring like an emoji, as you can see here. Let me see. It's right there. Okay. See? It brings an emoji. So if you're planning to fix on errors around here and you keep marking them, you'll know how many errors you have worked on. Yeah. So that is how it works. It just helps you to know the different statuses. Okay. So again, I'm going to,
Becky.
yes.
I have a question.
Yes.
How have you resolved the problem?
So when I came to check the problem, the problem was, maybe if I may go back and I click on it, it was saying the node is very close, but not connected to the way. Yeah. So when I come right here and I see it's connected here and it ends here, there's nowhere I can actually, yeah, I hadn't seen this. So what I was supposed to do, sorry, I had not seen, I thought it was ending here, is to get the line tool and connect it here. Yeah. Once I've connected it there, I'll go back and I thought it was a false positive. I'll go back and I'll mark it as ignore temporarily. It has been solved. And then I mark it. And then the emoji will be happy with me that I fixed an error. I'm going to increase the size so that you can see. Okay, see, it's smiling that I fixed an error. Yeah. So I'm going to reduce the size here and I pick another error and you see. So when you say false positive, it just implies that it has selected an error, but it doesn't actually exist. Let me look for another error. Maybe I'll try. See. Please let the questions keep coming. So it was telling me that it's a hanging road. Yes, means that I can get more. All right. So we have this purple almost junction. So let's select. And then I've selected it and it is actually the same. Okay, no problem. So it is telling me the node is closed, but not connected to a way. I want to use JOSM. Okay, so it's this one, the one they are saying, and it's saying it's this one and this one. Yeah. So I'm going to get my line tool, still connect it to this one, and I will select both of them and press C to combine them so that it's not like this, just to make it uniform. So I'm pressing C to combine them and I fix the error. So I'll upload my work. Okay, I was fixing only one and I will delete all this. And I'll just say I fixed. Why is it acting like this? I want to delete all this and I'll say fixed. Fixed. Let's I'll say fixed. I'll delete that hanging road. So I'm going to delete all this. If I want to, I can just say I use keep right, just to tell the person what I used. And then I'll just make sure the imagery is what I used. I think it's Maxa. Let me just double check. Oh, it was actually Bing. Okay, let me use Maxa. Okay. So I'm going to do the same. I'll just paste and I'll delete this. Okay, so I've said I've fixed a hanging rod and I used keep right and my imagery is, I would just like one. No need to put this. Okay. So I'm just going to delete one. It's the same, but I'm deleting one and I'm just uploading my work. And then I'll go back to, I hope you can see my browser, and I'll mark it as fixed, and then I say save. And the emoji will still be happy, as you can see here. Yeah. So I will do this for all the ones that I want to. Once I'm done, I can always come back. Yeah. So if you want to go to a particular country, you have to just keep zooming in like that. Zoom in. And okay. Then I drag, and then I can zoom into the place that I want. For instance, if I want this place, yeah, or if I want to go in Kampala or wherever region you prefer to clean. Do you have any questions on this? Let me see if you have any. It's saying, can you only fix one error at a time? Yes, sure. So for this case, if you want to, let's come back and we say none, yeah? When you come back to none, you'll come and say, I want only to fix, because of my internet, so I want to only fix non-closed ways. Then you just span through and it will bring for you those errors. Let's see. Because of my, so now I think, let's see, if you want to fix, for instance, only almost junctions, yeah, you'll be able to see them here. See, I've unchecked the rest, and only junction is the one that is there. So again, I'll click on the error, and I will go to JOSM, and I'll go to fix my error. Yeah. So it's saying this one and this one. Yeah. So what I'm going to do, there, like these two roads, there's one hanging and there's another one. So for this case, I'm going to first check and see the history of this. Okay, so they used Bing, and then the next person used Maxa, Bing, mixture of stuff. So let's see this one. Okay, so you see this, again, this person used Bing imagery. So I'm going to add in Bing imagery. Then another thing to note is that who mapped what first, yeah? If it looks like a duplicate or wrongly mapped something. So this person mapped it on this date. I've noted it, and I'm going to check the history of this as well to see when the person mapped. This person mapped it March 2018. This was when. Okay, 2021. Yeah. So this person just brought it in. So I'm going to put in my Bing imagery, and I see if it was okay. My God. So I'm just going to download a bit here to have a better clarification on this road. Yeah. So actually, when I'm going to move this road aside, and we judge whether this road actually. Do you think this is actually a road? I think it's like I would definitely delete this. It looks like it was like how can I say?
It looks like a train.
A what?
A trains.
A train. I don't think.
No, trains, not train.
Terrains, yes. So I'm going to leave this. Let me see. This is an Ebola road. It is okay. It's quite old. It's quite an old road. So I'm going to leave it, and I'm going to delete this one. And maybe another extra thing you can do to clarify when you're going to delete something is the mapper. Yeah. So I'm just going to check who they are. I think it has gone into another, just a moment. Okay. So I'm checking for the mapper. They just have 5. Are you able to see my browser? Hopefully. So it's just this guy is a beginner mapper and only has 5 edits. Probably he does not know what he's doing. So I'm going to go back to my JOSM. Now I know how to deal with what. This is an old road and it has been worked on for the past, I don't know, since 2018. I'm not tampering with it. So I'm going to delete this one. And then as I'm uploading, I'm going to say deleted. Okay. Deleted. Does it keep doing this? All right, maybe I need to do this. Okay. Deleted buildings. Okay. Deleted. All right. Someone say buildings. Not buildings. I deleted a road. I deleted a road. Not in space. Okay, deleted a road, just mapped in space. I can also say I use keep right if I want to, or I can just leave it like that. And then I make sure I'm deleting Maxa because as you can see here, I use Bing. I don't know why it's coming with Maxa as automated. So I'm done. I've written a comment. I've made sure that the imagery that I've used to fix is the one on, and I'm going to go ahead and upload. And I'm done fixing that error. So I'm going back to the slides. If you have no questions, I will go back to the slides and we continue to the next one. Okay. So that's how KeepRight is. Do you have any questions? Okay. All right. Okay, so OSMose. So like I mentioned earlier, these tools are more or less, actually the interfaces look more or less the same, only that they query slightly different errors, yeah? So for OSMose, it monitors multiple data quality issues in OSM, including feature geometry, such as overlapping buildings, nodes, and incomplete features and duplications, yeah? It also queries common tagging issues such as missing tags, unsuitable or poorly formulated tags. Yeah, so with KeepRight, it queries data 2 times, yeah, in 2 ways rather. So it queries data using directly on the website, and then you can also enter in a username and you'll be able to query data. So for starters, I will start with this one. So you can just query data like this. You enter in the username. For instance, if you want to query your personal data, and then you run that, you submit your username. Yeah. But just so you know, this all the errors, all the issues you find on the specific username or your personal username. Yeah, they're not necessarily caused by you. Yeah. Because remember, we are working on different we are working on OSM, different people are editing different stuff. Maybe someone can mess up a road that you worked on, or you've worked on a road, a piece, another person say to flag you as the person that has caused the error. Yeah. So once you've entered in your username, you'll be able to see this table. This table has like the number of the nodes here, and you can be able to run that and fix that in OSM. Then the name of the issue. Yeah. So if I click right here, it will take me directly to OSM. Okay. And it will take me to OSM, and there are different editing tools that I can use here. So as usual, using JOSM. So when I run to JOSM, I will be able to see the issue here. So it's actually a floating way. Someone mapped something like this. Let's see. I'm just making sure it is. Okay, let's see if it is. closed. Yes, it is closed. Someone just tagged features like that, did not map features like that, did not tag them at all, and left them like that. So how do I fix this? Again, when I select them, you see there is nothing on tags and membership. And as I can realize here, there are some buildings, they're like circular buildings. So what I'm going to do is to convert this into circular buildings, and I will tag it. So instead of deleting. Yeah? So there are two ways actually. Let me do the first way. It's just to map my own like that, and I will select both of them, and I'll say Shift Control G, and it will, oh wait, it's flagging it. Okay, hey, it was tagged as highway residential. So I just come here and delete the other tag, which is wrong. Why isn't it showing it? Okay, so that's one way. The other way I'll deal with this is just to get more extra nodes on this. Okay, just creating extra nodes, and I'm pressing O to circularize it, and then I am resizing it. So I'll come to tags and membership, and I say it's a building equals yes. Okay, let's see if I have any issues. Just running. So when I run my validator results, there's no issue here. So I'm just making sure that I'm not missing anything. Just double checking if there are any weird tags. It's okay. So I'm going to come back here, and I will say I have, what did I do? Fixed buildings. I just say fixed buildings. Okay, so I'm just deleting these extra things, and I will make sure the imagery that I'm using is the one there. So I'll delete the maxer, and I will upload my work. Okay. So that is one way you can fix errors. So this is very good if you want to like fix any data quality issues in relation to yourself, like your own username. So you go ahead, enter in your username, and you run the query, and you keep fixing the different issues. Yeah. The other way, the other thing that OSMose does is when you go directly to the website, just like the way we have been doing it earlier on. So when I click on this link here, it will take me to the interface. Okay. Okay. Okay, so this is how the interface is. Same thing as we did with Keep Right. You can select all. It's still loading. So this is where the different errors are. Okay. You can select all, or you can select nothing. Yeah. So you can select all, and then you can keep checking the boxes like this. Okay? Or you can select nothing, and then you select the specific areas you want to work on. Same thing, if you want to select an error, just zooming in and out to a specific area that you want. Yeah. And again, you can select, you can work on each issue per issue. Yeah. So if I want to work on only overlapping buildings, I can select that, and I'll be able to get the different errors. Yeah. So another nice unique thing about OSMose is that when you select an error, it literally tells you the procedures on how you can fix it, how to fix the error here on my right. Yeah. Like gives you a small demo or a small description on how you can fix the error. Same thing when you select the issue or the error, it will bring for you that description. It's saying large building intersection, and then it gives you the different node numbers. Yeah. And then when the issue was reported, the different editing tools that you prefer to use are all here. And then once you fix, you can say corrected. If it's a false positive, you say it's a false positive. Remember, a false positive just implies that it was selected as an error, but actually the error, it's not an error. Yeah, it's not an error. Yeah. Another nice thing about OSMose here is you can there's what they call where I think I need to enter in my username. Let me enter in this one. Okay, let's see. Why isn't it? Just a minute. Sorry, I need to log in here. So I'm granting it access to give me errors, to give me what I want. Yeah. So another thing you have to realize, you can have like so many OSMose issues if you're doing a lot of validation. So don't be worried like I'm the one that is causing them or what. It's because you're doing a lot of data quality cleaning, you're doing a lot of cleaning, and they are tagging you that you're the cause, or maybe someone touched the road, like I mentioned earlier on. Yeah, so it's still logging in, and I wanted to show you how OSMose can grade errors. So there's grade 1, there's 2 and 3. That is just in terms of significance, yeah. And maybe another thing, if you guys have opened, okay. So Becky Candy has different levels of issues, yeah. There's level 1, level 2, and level 3 issues. This just implies that level 1 is it's just on priority or importance. Sorry. Okay, so level 1 is like the most important, if I may say. Level 2 is the next, and level 3 is the other. Yeah, so you can even decide to query for me only level 1 issues, and I'll be able to fix that. Yeah, maybe just another thing I would like to show you on how did you contribute to OSM. Yeah, as it loads, I'll be describing the interface again. Okay. Okay, so like I mentioned earlier on, you can query by user. You can enter in the person's username here. Like if I say query for me by user and I click here, it will bring me here my stuff. Yeah, so I'll be able to fix them. Or I can be able to just enter in a specific person's username here. And then, yeah, and then another thing is that you can actually export. Yeah, you can export it and share with someone. Like I ran my OSMose and I had these different queries. This is how you can export them in these different file types, and I share with someone. If maybe I want to ask, how do I fix this? How would you handle this? Or maybe if I want to like share it with the person that caused it, I can be able to have that file to share with the person. Yeah, hopefully it has. So I'm going to enter in here Becky Candy. Okay. Do we have questions in the chat? Is keep right only shows logical errors? Keep right shows the different errors that I told you, like false positive, deprecated, anything that is missing, like tunnels and bridges, culverts and bridges that are missing layers, railways that are missing crossings or wrongly tagged crossings. Yeah, such. And then the rest you can just play around. They're all there on the list on the keep right. Yeah. Okay. So another thing I wanted to show you is the quality assurance is actually attached to the keep right. Rather, how did you contribute to OSM? So when the one that we use to report our stats, yeah. So when you come down here on quality assurance, and you'll see different levels. Like I mentioned earlier on, if you're doing lots of validation and lots of data cleaning of other people's work, you have lots of these. It doesn't mean you're a bad mapper or something. So if you want to reduce some of this, you can as well come this side and you click the different levels. Yeah. And you realize it brings you to exactly what we are working on. Yeah, what we are, that's it, like what we are working on today. Yeah? So I thought I would show you that. So I'm going to say O. But something I want me. Okay. I don't know. I know why it's acting up, but let me just run a fresh one. All right, so I'm just going to say O. Okay, so I'm going to click on one of these, and same thing, you can zoom in and zoom out. Maybe before I continue, you can zoom in and zoom out if you want to query errors, and then you can search. If you want a specific place, you can just enter here a place, a name of the place, and it will zoom you to the place. Yeah? Let me say, I want to go to Uganda. Yes, I want that. You see, it brings me to Uganda. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to select one area in Uganda, and maybe more specifically, let me say nothing. Then I select this. Okay, let me say now I've come and I want to work on overlapping buildings. So I'll select my editor as Josim, and I'll come to my here. I need to download it again because it's not well downloaded. Just to make sure I'm doing the right thing, I want to re-download it. And then this is how the work looks like. So they're overlapping. So usually as we fix, I'm going to press G to unglue. I'll move this here where there's no building mapped, square it, and then I'll resize it. Okay, same thing here. The other thing someone was showing us is I can merge this. See, I can merge these ones. I press M, then I can select this and this. Okay. I merge it and I'll have a few nodes to use. Yeah. The other ways, I think I explained that earlier on. Just using the create tool, and I'm rotating it a bit, then moving it to the right position. So I've fixed these two. I'm going to ignore the rest for now. And again, okay. Again, I'm going to say I have fixed. I have fixed overlapping buildings. Okay. Maybe just one more thing I did not do is to clarify the imagery they used, but I used Bing. Let me just copy this so that I don't have to. So maybe let me check the history. And I see they used Esri. Let's see this one. They used Esri. Esri is so old, so let me see in Maxa. Let's use the recent imagery. Okay. So actually this does not exist anymore. All right, so maybe I can just, let me just fix this ASAP. Make sure it is squared. I'm double clicking there. Okay, all right. Just resizing it a bit. Should be stopping here. So this, I'm going to square it first. Squaring it first. Then I'll be able to move this one here. Okay. All right. All right, so this, I'll just resize it. You can see, let me just fix everything. Please keep the questions coming, as if there's one question in the chat. Is the mandatory imagery to use, is it mandatory to use the imagery they use? It's not mandatory, if I may say. Like you can see, Esri is very old, yeah? So you can update the size, but it's advisable to use the imagery they have used. But according to the Esri imagery, it is too old. That's why I prefer to use Maxa, which is more updated. But I prefer to use the imagery they use so that you can align the features that you are mapping according to the imagery that the other existing features are. Yeah. Yeah. In other words, it is advisable to use the imagery they used to align the objects to that imagery. But for this case, it was Esri, and it's very outdated, you can see. Yeah, so that's why I prefer to use Maxa. But good to check the imagery that the mappers used. Okay, someone say, okay, I think I already have it. So I'm going to delete these others, and I'll leave just fixed overlapping buildings, and I will make sure it is Maxa. I want one imagery on my imagery panel, then I'll go ahead and upload. Okay. All right. And I'll go back and say, I have fixed it, I'll tick it, and it will disappear. Then maybe let's say we want to fix duplicates. Let's see if there are any here. There are none here. So trying to find issues. Okay. All right. Okay. Let's add another one so that we can quickly get. Let's see. Let's go to Guatemala. Let's go to Guatemala. All right. So we're going to Guatemala and we have some duplicate nodes here. I'm going to load it. Oh, wait. Oh my God, I didn't fix it. I didn't fix it. Oh my good Lord, sorry. Just marked it as complete before fixing it. I hope someone sees it. So I'm going to click on that. Okay. Looks it's a false positive. We are working on Guatemala. Hopefully someone fixed it. Let's see who worked this area. It's me. I must have fixed it. See? I must have fixed that issue. Let's see. All right. It's me who worked, and I've been working on this area. So it looks fine. I must have fixed it while I was working on this area. So I'm going to go back and I'll say it is a false positive. Okay. All right, so let's see. Let's fix some Guatemala stuff. Check the way I was going to mark it as complete. It's saying, one node deleted from the object. Okay. It was already moved. It's the same area. Okay, let's see. First cancel. Okay, it's fixed. Okay, where is it? It's no longer there. Okay, let's say this one. Let's see it in here. Hey, why is it bringing for me? It's deleting for me automatically or what? I don't know why it's bringing that. Okay, let's try another error. Okay, let's say overlapping buildings. See if you have any in Guatemala. Oh, wow, we have. Okay. Still loading, so let me give it some time. Okay, so I want to click. Why is it just doing? There's a bug. Restart, refresh. Okay, now good. All right, so that's how you can work and say, I want to work in Guatemala. I want to fix different data quality issues in my village. I want to fix different data quality issues on the projects that you are working. Maybe now for this case, it's Guatemala, or I want Congo. You go to Congo and fix. Literally, that's how it works. I think my internet is a bit slow, but okay, so let's see. All right, so one thing you should know is that it highlights it. So this is it. Again, I'm going to check the history to just know which imagery they are using. They were using Maxa Standard, then Maxa Premium. Okay, so I'm going to use Maxa Premium. Standard no longer exists, so I'll use Maxa, Standard no longer exists. So I'm going to just zoom in like that, delete the extra node. I will square that, and I'm done fixing. Maybe let me fix these ones that are surrounding it so that it's all clean. Relatively good. Just highlight, shift U to unselect the nodes, press Q to square everything at once, and you resize them well. Okay. Do you have any questions on this? Because I'm going on the last tool. So same, I'm going to upload, and I will be like that, fixed overlapping buildings, and I will make sure it's the imagery. Okay, just making sure it's one showing there, and I'll upload the work. Any questions? Okay, in case any questions come up, please let me know. All right, so that's how OSMose is. I did all this. Okay, the next one is OSM Inspector. So OSM Inspector is a bit advanced. OSM Inspector is a web-based bugging tool for advanced OpenStreetMap users offered by GeoFabric. Yeah, same thing we did on those other tools. You click on the map, then it queries for you different areas. Yeah, so I'm going to go directly to directly there. The interface is more or less the same. You can hide and unhide stuff. You can work on different queries. Like it also has geometry, so it has these different queries that you can run. It has geometry, it has taggings, it has places, highways, areas, routing, it has addresses, it has water transport, public transport stops and routes. Huh? As you can realize, some of these may need local knowledge, like the address, yeah, the routings, etc. So I'm just going to start, let's do some geometry. So depending on what you want, you can do that. You can do taggings, okay. Can do taggings, can do geometry. So let's do these two, and then you can practice on the other. So let's start with taggings. Okay, same thing, you can select and unselect. For this, you just have to do it manually, like this. There's no way you can unselect everything at once. So if you want to hide, you can click here. If you want to hide, unhide, select and unselect, yeah? Same thing, if you want to search for a query, you pan through the map and it will show you the different queries. Different colors are different queries. We have ID and JOSM here for doing editing, yeah? Okay, so again, let's see. Let us see. I want to get empty tag nodes. Let's see, let's go to Guatemala. How is Guatemala? It's in between. Okay. All right, so there are some browns in Guatemala. Actually, if you zoom right in, you'll see it, see, well defined, like, well, yes, well defined. So I'm just going to come, I'll just zoom into the extent, I'll click on this. For this case, it says this ways without tags, so it has no tag. Again, the node number that is input into the OSM database, the different tools that we can use, the famous one that we all love is JOSM. So I run it and I come to JOSM and it will show me something like this. It's a road. Actually, this should be a waterway. You see the curves? See how deep it is? This is not a road, it's a waterway. Yeah. And remember, one more thing you should know about waterways is when you're looking out for waterways is the vegetation around, and then the curves are most cases deep. One thing we need to note is the flow of the waterway. There's a bug. There is a bug. Let me delete everything. And I'm going to run it again. Okay, should be okay now. So once again, checking the history just to guide you on which imagery you should look out for. Maxa Premium. Good, so I'll go and get the Maxa Premium. And yeah, first thing, is it a road? Is it a waterway? I think it's a waterway. You can see the vegetation around, and you can see how it's going, the curve. So I need to map it all and tag it properly. So I'm going to get my line 2 and I will go around like, oh, remember I have to zoom in so that I don't snap. Okay. So I'm just going around here where there's a corner and I'll leave it a bit there. Okay. All right. So remember when it is, if you can jump over, it can be, that's called a stream. So I think this is a stream. The length is quite small. So I'm going to tag it as not relation tags waterway equals stream. But I don't know the direction, yeah. And there is, as you can see, there is like a main river. This is another way you can tell the direction. There's like a main river or a bigger waterway up here. So my guess is that it's going up. So I'm going to select it and press R to change the direction. Yeah. Another thing is you can put in your open cycle map. Let's see, hopefully, let's see, can adjust. Let's adjust the opacity. Then increase the gamma. Yeah. All right, so these are the figures. This is 250. Let's see the next one. All right. This is 250, okay. You can see the next one or the one below. Isn't it showing? Let me increase the gamma. Hey. Okay. This is 250. This is the next one. Where are the figures? Okay, so there's this one below is 3. Okay. This is 3. This is 250. Let's see the one above here. This area is flat. Okay. This is 200. According to these contours, it's saying it's supposed to be going down, but I don't think so. I do not think so. This is 250. I don't think so. It's supposed to be going up. Let me try this other one. Why isn't this working? I think it needs to be updated or something. So again, let me first leave this contour thing. Did I delete the data? You cannot say. So I'm just going to download a bit here and I see. Oh, it's not actually a whatever. This is a road. Okay, it continues, supposed to go down. So again, let me put the contour and I judge. So my thing, okay. So I thought this was actually a river. That's why I was like, it should be flowing towards it, which is not. This is 250, but still it's supposed to go up, yeah? This is 250. The upper one was 200. And below here was 300, you see? This is 300. This is 250. Yeah, then the other up one was 200. So still my guess was correct. So it's supposed to be going up, which is correct. It's going up. Okay, so I'm going to leave it as it is. I'm going to ignore all these and I will upload and I will say that ends, because they're saying this because it is hanging, yeah? But I'll leave it for the next person to continue. So what I did here is I fixed a waterway, a water, maybe tagged. Let me say tagged. Okay, I tagged. I'll correct that waterway. Okay, I tagged the waterway, correcting all this, that everything is all right. I use Maxa imagery and I'm uploading my work. Do you have questions? Sometimes when I load the OpenCycle map, it does not show figures. Most cases, maybe that place is flat, that's why it doesn't show, but it should show. Yeah, someone said figures, that's the value of the height of the terrain. Those are contours. Hey, okay, the contours are not digitized like OSM. Okay, thank you so much, Ralph, for all that answer. Okay, so I'm done fixing this. I'm going to go back and I will just close it. I will close this and I'll select another one. So I'm going to pick another one, and in case you have any questions, please let me know. Otherwise, this is the last demonstration. This is still a road. And as you can see, it is in the farmland. I don't know if I should, it goes up to this side. It is hanging and I wouldn't want to delete something that's existing. So I'm just going to tag it as a track. Okay. Where are my tags and membership? We go to Windows, tags and membership, come back. Okay, tags and membership, and I'll say it's a highway track. Okay, and I'll apply and I'll upload and I'll say, I'm going to leave the AI. Some of these are AI stuff, yeah? Let me see. Say an AI rotate. That means AI added, the AI added information that is untagged. These are some of the issues that the AI brought about. It's an AI that added the road, but it did not tag it. Anyway, I have tagged it. So I'm going to continue. and I say I tagged a road this time. Okay, I tagged a road and I'll continue and upload. Yeah, maybe to add another light on the direction. So like I use two ways. I use the contours and then I use the main road, like the main river. For instance, this one, if this is like a small stream here and there's like a long road here, yeah, I would not map, if I'm to map this stream, if it is there, if I'm to map it here like this, I would not map it going down like this, yeah. I would map it going towards this river or this other major stream, yeah. It's like a river, this other major stream. So another thing that Ralph taught us the other time is, for instance, the divisions like this. So when you're mapping, if this was a stream and there's like a division here, you cannot map one going this side and then one going this side. So there's like this arc means that they're all joining here and going up here. I don't know if you get it. Yeah, so use two ways. You compare the imagery, rather the open cycle contours, and then you also use the like current rivers or other waterways that are there to help you guess the direction. And once you've realized the direction, you press R to reverse it, just in case. Yeah. So I am going back to here and I will choose another one. Name stroke description without tagging operation. So this, I need like a field info to have this description without the importance. I do not know an importance as, and let's see if we can fix one of these blue ones. It's our last one. Okay, so it's saying it's a node, it's this equals, let's try, but I doubt if I'll be able. So this is an office. I wouldn't add any information here. Hope of life, probably it's a church or something, or it's an NGO. So I do not have any additional information on this, so I'll just ignore that. So you fix what you can fix and you ignore what you are unable to fix, and that is it. Okay, so maybe on the work plan, no, I'm going to ignore that last slide. Okay, any questions? I think it ends there for today. Any questions, guys? On the work plan, we are going to continue with our validation, but get some time off, get some time to go through the different slides, rather the different tools, and let us know what's your favorite, any challenges you found with any of them. And yeah, one thing I can recommend for starters, you can start by fixing the different issues against your name. That's much easier using OSMose. Then you can use those different tools to see how they go, like what you find best. Yeah, stuff like that.
Oh, do you have a specific country to work on?
No specific country. Yeah, any of your choice. Can say I want to clean data in my community. Yeah, I want to fix some of my OSMose issues. Maybe let me look at level 1 OSMose issues, because yeah, they're like the most important or relevant according to the rank. Or maybe we are working on Guatemala, we're working in Congo, or maybe we are working in wherever the place is. I want to see the different data quality issues there and I try to fix them. So you just let us know your experience using those tools and the validation goes ahead for those that are hot interns. Yeah. Otherwise, if there are no questions, you're already gone past, supposed to be just an hour. I will say goodbye and see you on Slack.
Hi.
Hi, Anna. You're saying bye, 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 everyone. Bye.
Bye bye.